What up, guys? Your boy Just King ZA. Welcome back to the podcast. Yeah, man. Today we're gonna be talking about Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, Julius Malema versus our president Cyril Ramaphosa. Yeah, man. It's been going down in Parliament. It's been going down, and yeah, man. I feel like it needs a lot of discussion. So before we get into it, guys, don't forget please to subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel because there's a lot of videos that I do that you guys don't get. You only get the one that's trending, the one that's getting a lot of views. That's the only one that you will see. But I do put out a lot of other videos that you guys tend to miss. It doesn't show me that the video has reached you guys, but some of the videos that I do, the ones that you actually see, reach you guys and you actually watch them. Some of you, like it gets a lot of engagement. So I do think that you would enjoy my other videos, because the same way I'm going into detail about this issue, I go into detail about other issues regarding South African politics, music industry, entertainment. So if you subscribe, then the likelihood of you guys getting all of my content on your homepage, it's very high. So yeah, man, let's get straight into it. Well, Mr. Julius Malema, went on and on talking to the president, as he usually does, but this time it's almost like they're turning the knife. They're turning the knife. They're really, really zoning in on the president, to make sure that he hears them and he understands them. They're twisting the knife. Julius Malema, all the time it's all about, hey, Mr. President, you have failed. You have done this and that. You have failed to do this and that. They're literally centering in on the president, and to a point where the president now was like, hey, let's respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's respect each other. Don't talk about my father. That's what he said. Don't do this because I don't talk about your grandmother. So it's a showdown, and it seems like Julius Malema is not ready to back down. Because I didn't see his latest one, but I saw only Ndlozi's one. He later rebutted. I know some people are expecting him to say, no, okay, I hear you, Mr. He's not. I don't know if he did that, but it seems like he's going further and further to provoke the president, or to speak to the president in a way that, to expose him or something. You know what I'm saying? So they are literally calling him out and saying the most. It's really trending. It's trending. But the one that I saw is Ndlozi's one. Ndlozi basically went there and talked about the fact that these problems in South Africa can be saved. They can be solved with ease. They can be solved with ease, and he even talked about in which way they can be solved. He talked about using the IDC, which is that organization within the government that funds certain projects. Even if you want you are notable enough and you got a business idea, they are the ones who lend you millions and millions. They even lend billions probably. You know what I'm saying? So he was talking about the fact that this unemployment issue in South Africa, because guys, remember that this issue it is our main issue. We can talk about whatever, but this is our main issue: the unemployment, of graduates, of youth. So he talked about that and said that this problem can be solved. Why doesn't the government initiate projects like how the apartheid government initiated projects, when they were being sanctioned or getting closer to being sanctioned, when they wanted to self-depend, like the building of the company, the mega company called Sasol, which even today stands as a giant, why, which was done by the government, at that time. Why can't this modern government create situations like those Those type of mega projects will create employment on another level of scale. On another level of scale that you cannot imagine. You know, if the government can invest in something like that, it will create a whole lot of employment. Just imagine a mega project. That project is going to need civil engineers. It's going to need electric engineers. It's going to need mechanical engineers. It's going to need logistics people. It's going to need business strategists. It's going to need lawyers, legal practitioners. It's going to need, everything. Tourism people, to ensure that we create something that can be a tourist attraction, that can be, I don't know, something that can attract, I don't know, in whatever way. I don't know how they can fit in, but they can fit in. Everyone can fit in those mega projects. Maybe those people can shoot the images, they can create campaigns to make sure that this thing goes overseas, creates this vision of South Africa, that wow, South Africa are investing in this thing. It creates tourist attraction. We can start huge projects here in South Africa. South Africa can be a busy constructing nation. Just like you look at Dubai and all those Emirates and all that, they're constantly building a mega project, constantly building a mega project. If you can look, they have buildings, they have things that they are building continuously. They don't stop. They don't say, no, we are developed. No, they continue to construct. You know what I'm saying? So they continue to construct, they continue to build. That's what South Africa needs. That's how you can create employment. You create government companies. You look at all the errors that we are having in the country, and then we solve that. We do certain things ourselves. If it's mining, we make sure we mine ourselves. We create a mining thing. Whatever it is, refining the infrastructure, we make sure we do it ourselves. That's something that could be done. Just imagine. So Ndlozi is really saying that the president must have a mental issue, because he keeps saying things, he's doing things, but he's not doing anything. To him, it's almost like he believes his lie. He believes his own lie. He believes his own lie. He believes whatever he's saying. Even what he's saying is lies. What construction, what building activity have you been part of? What building activity have you executed? There's nothing. There's literally nothing. The country has literally crumbled, and you have no plan. The plans that you have talked about is, hey, you're gonna build 100,000, what did he say, 1,000 houses? I don't know, something like that, in Alex or something. Gonna build people those houses. He said that in 2017. Even today, there's nothing. And those are really, if we look at it, those are lies. And I don't think Ndlozi was wrong to kind of like say that, is this guy mentally ill or what? Is this guy like delusional, like delusions of grandeur or whatever? Is he like just a delusional person or what? Because these are delusions. I thought I would disagree with Ndlozi. I thought maybe I would make a video today talking down on Ndlozi, to say he must respect, but fuck that. Fuck the respect. The man really spoke. Even when I watched that video, I was like, okay, I'm expecting Ndlozi to be, but everything he was saying is something relatable, something that is really of concern. Like, man, you were lying, right? You were talking things out of your delusions, right? Because none of those things exist today. People are unemployed. The youth is 60% unemployed. 60% of the youth unemployed. There is something percent total unemployment. You know what I'm saying? 60% for youth is a crisis. What's going to happen? Are old people going to be working for young people forever? You mean to tell me a 60-year-old, a 70-year-old would be working or doing whatever for the youth forever, when it's the youth that's supposed to now take care of them? These things are nonsensical, guys, you know. This is nonsensical, and you guys are creating a situation similar to population collapse. Do you understand? Because older people are supposed to be reliant on younger people. Even not reliant, but they're supposed to pass the torch. Because some of them are dealing with health issues, all these things. And now they have to work and work and work and work without even having a succession plan. That's a problem. You know, this cannot happen, guys. Like the older people, do they think like they're gonna be working as CEOs and CFOs and COOs and all these type of things at the age of 100? You know what I'm saying? At the age of 100, some of these guys are heads of this and that, doing this and that, controlling day-to-day operations. You know what I'm saying? At 65, at whatever, 50s, you know. Why can't you have a succession plan? And why can't your succession plan be not overly full of agenda or personal agenda? Why can't you push for the elevation of the country and performance, you know? And you can't do that by looking out for yourself only. You have to be an industrial person. You have to be industry. You have to be industry thinker. You know, you have to be full of hustle, full of futuristic perspective. And you can't be futuristic if you can't be inclusive. You have to be inclusive. You have to know that the human resources that you can have or you can produce within your circle are not enough. You know, you have to know that there's a wealth of human resources here on this country, on this earth. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're speaking for this country because the country is experiencing a problem. Yeah, you can have a wealth outside and get foreigners and all that, but it's a problem because you have a problem within your own house. The people in your own house don't have anything. They're poor. So why don't you take the people within, try and stretch out these human resources within your own country to find the best skills in terms of like the youth. Yes, they might be missing here and here, but they went to school, they are educated, they have the degree. Try and develop them, put them under some development to think more than just qualification. Because you can't just say, hey, no, whatever. No. It's your responsibility. You can't now be operating like an outsider within this country who just says, nah, I can't get it here, let me get it. You know, capitalistic. I get it, you're capitalist, but we need to think about the people, you know, of the country. You know, so futurist ideas have to take place. Our president has to move futuristically, you know. He has to understand that he's old. That's the thing about the old people, these people that are in rent. They don't understand that they're old. They don't understand that they're old. They think they're still 20 or 25. They're still at the beginning of their careers when they are wearing suits and going for interviews. And now they feel like, hey, now, you know, they love waking up in the morning, going to the whatever, to the companies. They love to do all these things. They love to be in control. They can't relinquish control. But what you fail to understand, you are old, bro. That's one thing you need to understand. You are old. And your job as an old person is to pass down the torch and to pass it down and become the counsel, the wise counsel. Do you understand? Own your own things, but be the wise counsel. And let the youth do the jobs for you. You know? For you. They push for you. Yeah. And you are just there. You're doing wise counsel. And then both of you all are focusing on the next generation. Creating a continuity plan. Because now you are creating a situation where All these great things, they go with you. When you go, everything goes with you. Nothing is left behind. Do you understand? That's what happens when you don't have a continuity plan. You don't leave the right people for the job. You were here to soak up all the glory by yourself. You did not have a continuity plan or thinking about the future of your people. You only thought about yourself. And to me, as successful as you were in life, or you are, to me it's a failure. You failed. If any successful person fails to have a continuity plan, a succession, you have failed. All of it. I know people love proverbs and all that. Proverbs talk about, hey, you must work hard. Hey, lazy people, work hard. Hey, God will multiply, whatever. But you forget which book comes after that. A book that literally contradicts or goes against everything that the Proverbs say. A book that says everything is nothing. All of it is vanity, vanity, vanity. Nothing means anything. You can work, you can make all the money, but it's like the chasing of the wind. Everything is but the chasing of the wind. When King Solomon married almost 1,000 wives, thinking that he will please his heart and he will feel great. He'll feel like a king, where he had all the money, the success, the kingdom, everything. But he came to a realization that these things are all but a chasing of the wind. Anything and anyone who is here today will be forgotten in many, many years to come. It will be like they never existed. Everything, that book, the book of Ecclesiastes. You know what I'm saying? So you can worship the world, and worldly things and whatever, and getting respect, but it's all amounts to nothing, because in the end, we're all the same. We're all flesh and blood. A person in a shack and a person in a mansion, they all go down the same way. Think about that. Do you understand? So we have to be very wise when we think about these things. We have to think about those who are coming, because those are the most important. Think about those who are coming, those who will be left in this world. Once we find those people who will be left in this world, and we find them in terms of like their mind, and we groom them, and we impart our skills into them, that's when we can create a very beautiful, continual human society that continues. Do you understand? Not a Rome Empire that's going to crash tomorrow. Not a what empire. All empires have crashed. Ask yourself why all empires have crashed. Because they reached this place of self-importance, lack of continuity planning, people boasting, people feeling like they are gods, they forget to protect what is the most important things. They forget to protect their borders. They forget to strengthen their armies. They forget to strengthen their intelligence. They forget to have a continuity plan, to have the best skills from their own, developing themselves. And then they are left unguarded. They think they are superior. They think they are gods. They are rich. They are drinking wine. They are doing all these things. But they forget the most important things, the mini things, the things that are the most important things. And then the enemy comes, destroys the kingdom. Do you understand? So that's one thing our president is lacking. So let me come back on my tangent. I went into a history lesson there, history things. But now we're getting back now to what Ndlozi is saying. That's basically what Ndlozi is saying, that what are you doing? What have you done? The kids of tomorrow, the kids who are in poverty, you could have provided houses for them by now. They would be growing in those houses. Probably creating better humans with a better life experience. Not staying in shacks, staying in a house. you are creating a much better thing. But now all those kids now, it's been 5 years. They've been staying in shacks. They've been staying in all these things. You could have easily changed the project, the direction of someone's life. Do you understand? So yeah, man. Ndlozi went further to talk about using China, because China is so good now at developing and property and building infrastructure and all that. We talked about the fact that why don't we use China? Why not? You could have used China. China is developing buildings, infrastructures all over the world. You know, China is building. China is very good, and they can do it within a year. They can do mega projects within a year, in terms of like building situations, maybe for like bullet trains and all that. They can do it. They can do some very incredible structures. Because they did it in their own country, and they are doing it for other countries as well. So we can do that here in our country and further develop our country. Create transportation networks like the bullet train for places that are far from each other. Maybe from Durban, as they say, Durban to Limpopo. And that is very good because a lot of stuff is coming in through Durban, and a lot of stuff is coming in through Limpopo, through the border. A lot of stuff is coming through Durban by a ship, and even trucks. So just imagine that ease of movement. Just imagine that ease of movement, that development. You could have a passenger train. You could also have a bullet train or something that carries stock. That carries stock, product. That can be moved across border, can be moved closer places. To northwest, to wherever. You know what I'm saying. And China, they can do that easily for us, and it's something that Julius Malema has been shouting and talking about for a while. Why can't mega projects like those be created? Why is the government not moving fast enough? The government has to move to ensure that it's just, you cannot understand why is this what's causing this standstill, this lack of movement, this lack of investment. The money is there. The money is there to do all these things. You know what I'm saying? And in that, so much job creation can be made. The people will be employed, or there won't be anyone who's educated who won't be employed. People will be employed. People will be working on those structures. People will be doing whatever, planning, doing whatever, infrastructure planning, infrastructure, town planning, people, everything, all these type of things. You do understand? So, what the hell is the government doing? So